Hi, I'm Doni Brasco. I'm with Sid Sriram. Jamming at the Intercontinental. We're having a good time. Look at that view, bro.
Man, I woke up and I just stared at it for a little bit. It's
all right.
That's the Thames? Is that it? Or
yeah, that's the. Do you like the colour of the waters?
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, it's lovely.
when it's sunny, it looked really nice.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, I love the industrial works out. That's what we're really good in London. You know, we keep it real here.
I feel that, man. That's why I like it here. I feel like every time I've been here, and it's only been a few times, but I feel like there's like a raw, honest energy that moves through the city that I really dig.
I like this. I'm wondering. So I was just talking to you fair. You came to London for the first time last year.
Yeah, Wembley, July of last year.
Right, that's when you done that madness.
It was crazy, man. It was so cool that was my first time out here, and that the show was it was like a statement show for me too, because I feel like, you know, doing that venue for the first time when I pull up, and it was packed, and the energy was real special. And I feel like that kind of jump started this kind of certain phase of my journey that I'm on right now. Like right after that, I went on tour back in the US, and just like so many beautiful things have happened since. So I'm really happy to be back here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I think we're very excited. Shout out Ara, I've been hitting them up. When you come, please let me know.
For sure.
So to know your concert's coming October.
Yeah, October 13th.
13th?
13th at O2.
At O2. It's going to be mad, just down the road as well.
Yeah, man.
Are you looking at the stadium thinking, yeah, I'm going to...
I was looking at it yesterday and just kind of getting excited. I think someone asked me this yesterday, but they're like, what's going to be different about the show this year? And I think first, fundamentally, we did Wembley last year, so now it's just like stepping it up, you know, taking it to the next level. I'm so excited. It's going to be something special.
So what, there's going to be like
just more
effects,
well, you know, our shows is like, it's like 3 to 3.5 hours of just me and my band just up there solo, you know, and we just, it's what I pride myself in, and what I've really kind of developed over this last decade with my show is really just focusing on the music, you know, and we have a great light show, we have super cool visuals, and we make sure that there's a certain, you know, the presentation is there, but there's no extra glitz and glam. It's just like us on the stage digging into these songs, spreading really, really beautiful energy, and sharing in that with the audience. It's raw, you know what I mean? It's we don't have all that refined. It's just we're gonna give you these songs from the purest place possible, and we're gonna communicate something that's really honest. And every single time we do that, man, it's just like it turns into a conversation where the energy goes back and forth, and by like midway through the whole, not even midway, from jump, the whole room is just buzzing, you know.
Do you know one thing I've always felt about your music? Your music makes me feel like it demands my attention.
Oh, word, man.
You know, and I think that's a beautiful thing. I think we're in a world where we throw away a lot of music, but one thing I've always experienced with you is it captivates.
That means a lot.
You know, and I'm impressed you're going to do 3 hours.
That's what we've been doing now. It's like we first started doing that. Well, my discography in Indian cinema goes real deep.
Right.
So it's hard to like cut songs, you know, because we cut a couple of songs and then I'm getting messages like, yo, why didn't you do this one? Why didn't? So we just decided, okay, we're just going to give you the discography for the most part. And, you know, people pay hard-earned money to come to these shows. And first and foremost, my responsibility is to God and my gurus and my parents, but very like soon after that on the list is to the I don't even want to call them fans, but like the musical family that we've created over the last decade, you know. So once I get on stage, when I speak and I'm just like in social settings, I'm really calm and super chill. But once I get on stage, it's like that divine spirit and the energy, it just like enters my whole existence, the whole band, and we just go into another kind of space. And 3 hours feels like 10 minutes sometimes, for real, you know. So
we're lucky to get an hour out of an artist at some place as well. How is it working with a full-on band to create a set that's 3 hours long for a tour like this?
We've been doing it. So at least like 2 of the members of the band have been or 3 of the members have been playing with me since 2016. A couple other guys are more recent, the last couple of years, but we really developed this thing together. It started off when I first entered the industry and started doing shows. I didn't have a deep discography, so our shows were around like an hour to hour and a half. But as things have grown exponentially over the years, it just naturally has kind of like become this thing, you know. And I realized maybe around right before the pandemic, 2019, I had a show in Malaysia, and that was the first time we did this long of a set. I realized like we can do it. You know, it sounded a little absurd at first, but I was like, no, we can. Like we have the stamina, we have the inspiration, and we have the music to be able to do it. So let's give the people the music, you know? And through the pandemic, that's when I really refined the set. So whereas before it just used to be like songs without any breaks in between or whatever, I turned it into a real production and gave the show an arc where we break it down to like 4 sections. Each section kind of has different focuses and visually is treated a little bit differently. So, you know, it's been a process of natural evolution and refining over the years. That time during the pandemic when I couldn't perform, I took that time to really just like buckle down and be like, all right, when and if we get to go back on stage, what do I want to give the people, you know? And that's kind of been, that jump started this where I've been at for the last couple of years now.
Right, one thing I need to ask, being in radio, I'm always losing my voice every day. How do you train your voice to last 3 hours?
Yeah, I started singing when I was 3. My mom started me off with Carnatic music, South Indian classical music when I was 3. And I've just been doing it my whole life. And that form is a very vocally rigorous form. It requires a lot from your voice, from your body, and like the breathing that it requires. And those concerts also are around 3 to 3.5 hours long and vocally super intense. So I think I attribute like my vocal stamina, my breathing techniques, and all of that to my training in Carnatic music, to what my mom kind of like the rigor that she put me through from young age. It's really kind of fared me well. I know when I was younger, I would not like to practice. I did not like to sit in like lessons and all that. And I would run around, but my folks were pretty, you know.
Sorry, I didn't like to run around.
Oh, you're good, man.
This throat's gonna kill me, my bone.
No, it's all good.
See what I mean?
Yeah,
this is real, bro. My voice is always going.
Oh no!
As well. Haven't you got like a magic potion?
I wish I did, man. But this is 30 years in the making. You know what I mean?
This has happened like that as well.
Yeah.
I was hoping I was gonna come here Sid Sriram's like, yeah, Donnie, I've got this special little thing that.
And you walk out here completely good.
Change.
I wish that was the way it went, man. But no. It's just been. I mean, like I to this day I practice for about 2 hours every day, and just like and that's what also keeps the inspiration coming too. You know what I mean? To know that like I still feel like I've been doing this for over a decade now, but I feel like I'm still at the beginning of my journey, and the kind of like practice and the discipline is always super important. So that's all it is. I wish I had a potion for you, but maybe next time I'll try to concoct something.
We'll see it. Someone will trademark it or something.
You know,
That's it. Not done, man. Real pleasure. Anyway, Sid, how do you feel like coming up to such a big concert right now?
I'm inspired. This last year has been really special. We had the Tiny Desk come out like last year. Thank you, brother.
That was crazy. It's beautiful to see.
Yeah, man. So that was like, that kind of was a real benchmark moment for me. And then we did, I released my album last year in August. We did Coachella in April. And through all this, I actually haven't had as much time to do the shows of my film songs, my Indian film songs, you know? So I'd kind of taken a little, like a 9-month break from doing those shows. But last month I went back and did a show in Singapore, did a show in my hometown of Chennai in India, and I hadn't done a show in Chennai since 2020, so it's been 4 years. And I'd forgotten what that felt like because I was so focused on my album and doing and touring that, and, you know, doing these other things around that. But doing those 2 shows, both of them, it just kind of like brought that kind of energy back for that specific kind of a show. So I'm excited that London is the next one of those that I'm doing, because I've gotten a taste for it now, and I have a lot of cool things that are going to happen between now and then. But coming back and doing, just saying that I'm doing O2 feels tight, you know. So I know like when the lights come on and we start the first song and we hear the crowd just going crazy, it's going to be, I'm a humble dude, but it's going to be legendary for sure.
Sid,
thank you, brother.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate you, man. Love.
All the best.